Hello and welcome to Full of Life Farm. I'm Bernard Smith, and I wanted to take just a couple minutes to give you a little overview on why I started this farm and why we do what we're doing, and welcome you to explore our website. I grew up on this farm. My dad farmed it when I was a kid, and we kind of lived the dream as kids growing up on a farm. I went off to college, graduated in 1987, and moved down to the San Francisco Bay Area. Spent 21 years down there working in the business world, met my wife, started a family, got a house, all those things. Always in the back of my mind though, I had hoped I could get back to the farm someday. Wasn't sure how to do that until one day in the fall of 2003, I listened to a lecture given by Dr. Thomas Cowan down in San Francisco. He talked about nutrition and how food affects the human body. And that talk persuaded me and my wife to go home the next night after work on a Friday night and literally clean house, clean our cupboards. We threw away so much processed garbage kind of stuff that we used to call food on a Friday night. We went out Saturday morning to the local farmers markets there around San Francisco and purchased food directly from farmers, unprocessed. Started eating, literally changed our diet overnight, and by Monday morning, that 2 days later, I felt years younger, had more energy, was sleeping less than I'd slept in 15 years. Just an overall good feeling. And throughout the next few weeks, we continued to notice health improvements, skin issues clearing up, ear infections in our kids going away. The common cold is pretty much non-existent in our house anymore. Very shortly thereafter, within a few months, my wife and I were talking, and we agreed that if food is the answer to so many health issues, we should do what we can to provide food. I came from a farming background. We had a farm in my family. My parents still have the farm here in Oregon, and so it was then we decided to start pursuing that path. We spent 5 years in the planning process before I left the business world. We moved up here in 2008 with the plan to get the farm started and eventually get it to a size where it made sense that we could bring meat down to our community in the San Francisco Bay Area, as well as servicing the Portland, Oregon community from the farm. And we've done that, and that's where we're at today. So during our time on this farm, we've learned a lot of things. We started out raising chicken, for example. I'll talk for a quick second about not just food as it's important to human health, but also animal health. We were feeding off-the-shelf, commercially made poultry feed when we first started this farm in 2008. And our chickens were just like every other farmer's chickens that we knew around here. Dirty, smelly creatures that you didn't look. It wasn't very pleasurable to be around them in the areas where they were. In 2010, we made a switch, literally overnight, with the feed that we fed them. We stopped feeding the commercial feed and started feeding a locally made feed that does not contain corn or soy. Corn and soy being the two very genetically modified grains that are so predominant in all the feeds that you buy in the feed stores these days. When we started feeding them this new feed, within a week their feathers were cleaner and shinier and whiter and less ruffled than they were before. The chickens exhibited behaviors of more energy, just like I felt that morning a couple days after I changed my diet. You could tell they had more energy. They were up walking around more than they were prior to that. The life in their eyes just magically appeared. The skin around their eyes was a pale gray before on the old feed, and again within a week it started getting color to it, nice reddish pink color. Their eyes brightened up, and you could just tell they felt better. So having gone through that experience with the chickens, as well as myself and my family, that just drove home another point. We cannot skimp on the feeds that we feed our animals. They're just as important to. It's just as important to feed them good feed as it is ourselves, and so that's what we've done. So you see, we could never go back to feeding lesser quality feeds to our animals now either, having gone through that experience. I imagine those chickens felt just like I did that day in 2003 when I started eating better and felt 20 years younger with more energy. You know, the same principles apply to all life. So we will continue to raise the best quality meat for the people who really want that. And if it means we have to get smaller rather than bigger, then that's what we'll do. We'll raise a few animals for the people that want those. So thank you for your interest in Full of Life Farm. Please browse our videos. We have several series of videos to help people get familiar with us. One series is explanations of our products. Another one, the Daily Chores series, is intended to show people what we do on a day-to-day basis, and we staff our farm with, to a large part, people who just want to be here. I wouldn't call them volunteers because we usually trade for product, but it's people who really want to be an active part of the farm that provides the food to their family. So that could be, those people could be anywhere. So we put the videos out there so you could see how we do things, and if you have an interest in being a part of our farm, give me a call. Another series of videos that we have are our farm methods. I want to show people what we do with our animals and why we do it that way. Hopefully that'll help you understand how your food is raised. The fourth series has to do with farming as a business. Part of my mission in bringing good food to people is not simply to be the farmer that raises food, but I want to help other farmers raise food too. I'd like to figure out ways that we can get more food available to people, more good food available to people. And if I can come up with a model that's sustainable, you know, ecologically sustainable and financially sustainable, I want to share that with the world. So you'll see a series of videos where I'm explaining why, from a business perspective, why we've made the choices we've made to do things the way we've done. So I hope those all help, and again, if you still have questions, feel free to get my phone number off the website and give me a call. I'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.